Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Captain Kurt here. I'm out in Nevada doing some training here. As you know, we do train in all 50 states. We don't want you to have any excuse to skip getting good quality training. I train free of charge. I don't charge $3,500 like these other guys, so you can take all that money and use it towards your equipment. If you get equipment here, you get unlimited training for life for you, your family, and anybody else. So with that out of the way, I want to tell you right now we're out here and we have several videos on the FlyPod trike. The FlyPod trike has become the best-selling trike on the market because of its compact size, but about a lot of the features that it has that aren't found in any other trike. Most trikes want to roll over. This one does not. It self-corrects, self-steers. I've even trained wounded warriors that had no legs, and we want to thank our servicemen for that, for their ultimate sacrifice there. And but it was a pleasure of mine to train them. But it enabled people that don't have legs or maybe some handicaps that they can still fly and enjoy the sport. And but triking's not just for people that have a hard time doing this or just for older people. I would say about 75% of the people are turning to trikes now because you can put GPS on them, cameras on them, load up bags and camping gear and all sorts of other stuff, and be able to haul a lot more stuff up than strapping all this gear onto you. You don't have the triking has made you don't have to learn how to kite your wing. You're not running with the motor. You're not breaking propellers in your first year. So the trike has become a lot of fun, and I have a lot of different techniques. I've been training now for well over 25 years. I've been the top instructor in the United States for most of that time. I'm at a world record number of students with 1,227 students. We have a perfect safety record so far, and we thank God for that. And one of the reasons is we don't put a time limit on your training. There's no 7 to 10 day course. It's forever. You can train with me as long as I'm still breathing. I've been out there for almost 30 years flying powered paragliders when it first came into the United States, and I'm still out there. In fact, I didn't even know any of the instructors for the first 5-6 years of me flying. I was a national skydiver for a long time, and then I came over to this. But I want to get back to the video. I have several videos and several techniques that I've developed over the years. One is called How to Launch a Powered Paraglider Trike Captain Kurt Style. You can see that other YouTube video, and if you subscribe to my channel, you'll get all the videos. And then there's another one, How to Land. I have very different ways of launching and landing that make it much more pilot friendly, much easier, much safer for the student than what's being taught out there in the books and the videos that you'll see. And you'll understand it when you watch the videos. You'll see the difference in what I'm talking about. Be sure to look for those videos. The one is how to launch a powered paraglider trike Captain Kurt Style. The other one is how to land a powered paraglider trike Captain Kurt Style. But one of the things that I didn't make a video out that somebody suggested that we do is a video on taxiing. Now, unlike foot launching, where you learn to kite your wing and run with the wing, we don't have to run. But we do want to bring the wing up and learn to control the wing before we take off. If the wing is not under control when you take off to one side, or it overshot you, you got to just kill the motor. You got to be quick with that and just kill the motor. And that way you won't have any kind of problems. You don't have to fear the launch. So many people fear the launch because they just mash the throttle and hope for the best. And that's why they have failed launches. That's why they roll their trikes. And again, this one is hard to roll because it self-steers and self-corrects with the front end. As you can see, if it's being pulled one way, it'll steer the wheel over there. But one of the major reasons you'll roll your trike is because you just stay on throttle with a bad wing. So we purposely set this up wrong, so we're going to have to correct it a little bit. And then I'm going to also make the wing oscillate and kind of do a little bit of movement around. So I'm almost going to purposely make that so you can see that I can keep doing that all day long and keep rolling even though I'm not taking off. I don't let myself get to a roll speed that can lift me. If I don't get myself to a roll speed that can lift me, I'm not to a roll speed that can roll me over or hurt me. And at any time if the wing goes out of view, you can shut the motor off. So really what you want to do is treat every launch like you're just going to taxi. And when you finally do get it under control and you're glancing down to see that you still have runway left, then you can roll on the throttle and you'll have a flawless, perfect safety takeoff. It won't be oscillated, it won't be swinging, it'll be a nice, safe takeoff. So we're using a cordless mic, and it's gonna blurt in and out once I get out of range here. I'm not worried about that. What I want you to pay attention to is the way the wing is moving, and when you finally see it get steady, you're going to hear me roll back on, and you're going to watch the liftoff. I'm also going to just turn around, bring it back in, and I'm going to bring it in for a landing, and then I'm going to taxi after a touch and go. I'm going to taxi real long, and fly and just drive right past the camera, and you'll be able to see how slow I'm actually going. Once you have the wing above your head, you want to be aware of your roll speed. It doesn't take much forward movement to keep that wing up there. So you don't have to panic, you don't have to go crazy. One thing that we will do, and you'll see this in the other videos, we're going to get on the throttle a little bit to get the wing up, and once we get it up, we'll brake, and then we'll slow it down and fix the wing. And again, we've purposely set up wrong so that the wing doesn't come up all that good, and I'm going to purposely make it oscillate a little bit so you can see it kind of moving, which is what a lot of students struggle with. They overcorrect. All your movements should be very tiny. The secret to a good taxi is slow, steady throttle. You don't want to be on and off the throttle, on and off, because then the wing is surging, trying to keep up with you, and then it's going off in every different direction. So steady throttle, not enough to lift the front wheel at all. Get it under control, and again, be picky with how you set up and make sure that you're definitely into that even slight little breeze. So right now I'm going to have her pause the camera, and then she's going to go back just a little bit, and again the mic's going to cut out, but just watch the wing. I'll come back in, and then you'll see it again. I'll do a taxi and I'll roll right past the camera, and at that point I want you to pay attention to how long I'm rolling and how steady the wing is, and I also want you to pay attention to just how slow I'm moving. And I can taxi until I'm almost out of sight. If I can take the launch anytime I want. And that's what you needed. Don't think that you have to get it in 2 seconds and get off the ground. You can take off very quick. Once your skill level progresses, you'll be able to get off the ground in 20, 30 feet with a trike using skill level. But don't rush that. And again, pick 0 wind days for launching your trike when you're a newbie. Having wind just accelerates how fast the wing comes up. Your skill level won't be quick enough to slow it down, and that's a disadvantage that you're going to have in the beginning. Is later on you'll be able to correct for any little mishaps. So watch everything, and we look forward to seeing you. Our phone lines are open from 8 in the morning until midnight, 7 days a week. I prefer a phone call much over a email or a text, so give me a call. We train 7 days a week, year-round, exception of a few holidays now and then. But even on holidays, we're sometimes out there training. Some guys get them for Christmas because they have good wives that buy them one. I know a few guys that their wives bought them a powered paraglider and stuck it under the tree, so that's a pretty good wife. All right, but anyways, watch it, have a good time, and I'll be right back with you after I land. Pause that camera. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so look how slow I'm going. Look at the wing. Okay, bring that camera over here. Now, as you can see, our landing methods are a little bit different, nice and soft. Always wanting to lay it down the way we show you so it's ready to reset. But I hope you got a chance to see how we just can take our sweet old time in taking off. Once we get that wing under control, we can taxi it as long as we want until we're good and sure, good and safe, ready to roll on that throttle. Looking at your wing is essential. I only glance down from time to time to make sure that, you know, I still have runway left. And of course, pick big fields in the beginning, but when you're good and ready. So don't think that you have to just mash on the throttle, hope for the best, and just a crapshoot. This is where you're going to roll your trike. This trike is the hardest trike to roll, but you can still do it with this one too. Be picky with your takeoff, be picky with your landing, and be picky with the areas you take off, be picky with the weather you choose. In the beginning, you want to definitely watch that. Weather is always a factor. Pick the best days to fly. There's always a better day to fly. And just pick conditions, especially if you're newbie, pick conditions that really help you as a pilot while you're in your growing stages. Later on, you can get away with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of air movement and different things like that, and even, you know, not being so picky with the way you set up your wing. But I hope this helps you. Learn to taxi. It's the best thing you can practice. So when you're taking a launch at home, even if you are going to take the launch, try to give yourself a nice long taxi and just challenge yourself to see how long you could do it. If I'm here with a father and son over here, pan over to them, and we're going to have him launch next. So watch for that video. This young man flying. This is his second day, and he's doing fantastic. But you can watch his actual flight. Take your time, challenge each other to see who can roll the longest without taking off. Throw a buck on the bet and see who can taxi it the longest without letting the wing go bad. And again, if it goes bad or if it goes out of sight, you don't have to panic. Just shut the motor off. Hey guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any videos you'd like to see, give us a call. Let us know. We'll make a video for you and hopefully get you flying. And we'd love to be a part of our Flight Junkie family. Thanks for joining me.